Telling you, I'm really enjoying looking at this engine again. The thing is, as much as I'd love to just jump right in and get to work, which is a lie because this thing terrifies me, I need to clean the garage first. I need to organize this. I can't function with all this chaos going on. I can't even find the parts and all that good stuff, right? So that's the project for this week. This week. I spent 3 weeks on the project you are about to bear witness to. I want to get this garage all sorted. Now, a few years back, I bought some shelves, right? Planks of wood, whatever, that I can put up with these, I guess they're called L brackets, I don't know. Shelves, shelf holders. There, that's the extent of my shop acumen. I'm gonna put them up along here and see if I can make a little bit more shelf space for myself. But of course, to do that, I need to first clean all this off. So what I've done is I've parked the car outside and I'm gonna just take everything from this side of the garage and move it on over into the parking slot, put up these shelves, and then when I put everything back, it either goes in a place, goes in the shed, or goes in the trash. Okay, so yeah, we're all set now. I've got the pegboard down, and in theory, I could just start putting up these L brackets, right? I go ahead and put these up, and I've got the shelves here, and then I put the pegboard back up, and we're good to go. Thing is, though, and this happens an awful lot with me, now that I have it all down, I'm like, well, how do I really want to organize this? Do I want to put the shelves up and then just put the pegboard back up the way it was and call it good? Or do I want to think about this a little bit more? I have a lot of tools. I need to find space for them. And so this is where I kind of slip into analysis paralysis, okay? Here's what I know I want to do. I know I want pegboard up here. I know pegboard isn't the best solution. I'm going to glue things down. We'll talk about that later. Okay. I know I want pegboard. I know I want my bench here. And I know that over here, I want to put my wood storage, right? All these pieces of wood and so forth. I want to set up a storage solution there. But then I start looking at YouTube videos. Those are dangerous things, aren't they? I start looking at YouTube videos and they have all these really cool kind of organizations, solutions, and so forth that would take a lot of time and a lot of money and frankly, probably a lot of skill I don't have. And it's at this point that I need to bear in mind what my objective is. My objective is not to build the perfect shop. My objective is to get this car running. That's the goal. So yes, while I want to put something together that works well for me, good enough is good enough. So yeah, I'm going to allow myself to think through this a little bit more and figure out how best to proceed. But then we're going to get to work and start putting something in place. That's not my cat. So yeah, looking pretty good. I like what I see. The thing is, as I look at it, I realize I moved the workbench and the shelves too far to the left. And so yeah, this beam here, it obstructs the shelf. Now I said good enough is good enough, but I also feel like, listen, I'm going to be living with this garage for 10 years or whatever. It's worth taking an extra 20 minutes to do it right. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, that's better. We can move on. Okay, so I've got the pegboard all set up against the workbench. I went ahead and painted it black because it looks cool and badass, and why not? So yeah, I'm liking it. So now it's time to deal with the thousands and thousands of tiny little parts and things that I got from my father. He had them in hundreds of boxes, and so I want to consolidate everything so that everything has a place and everything is in its place. And lest we forget, I have these shelves over on the other side of the garage, and they are as much a part of this shop as the workbenches and pegboard. All right. Enough of this, sped up work and you leering at my ass like that. Stop it. That's creepy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final garage. Welcome to my new garage. Not too shabby. I mean, sure, it's not like a professional shop or anything like that, but it's a world better than it was. Just look at all this space I have. All kinds of room to move around, do what needs to be done. Work on this beautiful, beautiful car. Now, come on, let's take a moment and really embrace what we've accomplished. And to do that, yeah, let's harken back to what this place looked like just 6 weeks ago. I mean, I can't even look at it. It's awful. And yet, look at what we've got now. It's sublime. So let's start with the most exciting part, the workbenches. If you'll remember, I had both the benches together before, but frankly, that just didn't work for me. The benches didn't act so much as workbenches as they did as garbage collection vertical receptacles. So by separating them out, they kind of serve a function, each an individual function. At least that's the idea. So for lack of a better term, this is the mechanic's bench. I say that only because this is where I have all my wrenches and spanners, if you will. It's a British car after all. All of my socket wrenches and so forth and cleaning material. And let me tell you, you can't work on an MG Midget without a rubber mallet. That's your tip of the day. So I've got all this set up here. This little drawer here, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. My father purpose-built this for his trailer, and he measured it and had it fit perfectly in a strange little obscure spot in his trailer. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll figure something out. And then, oh yeah, you better believe it, here's all the manuals. This is everything I'm going to try to read and figure out so that I can get this baby going. Now this is the original workbench, where it was originally, right? And this one I have set up mostly to work with woodworking and so forth, if you will. So I have all kinds of the little thingamajiggers there, and I have everything up on the pegboards, and I have my tool boxes, whatever you call those things here. One thing about pegboard, it's a pain in the ass. I get it. You pick anything up and things start to fall out. I get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of leave it for a while and adjust it and let it develop organically. And then once I feel like I have it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and, I will glue gun those little bad boys in place, all the little hooks, so that they don't come out every time I pull off a tool. You notice I was able to reach for this thing and just know exactly where it was. That's because of the kick-ass organization I have in here. For instance, I have a place for all of my clamps so they're not taking up space in drawers or worse still, being stacked on the hood of my MG. I know. I still have nightmares about that. But a place for everything and everything in its place. Then, of course, I have all the shelves that I've installed, and this way I can keep everything up here One thing about, say, like these great little organization boxes, I love these things, I truly do. However, for the longest time, I had nowhere to put them. So I would just stack them vertically, which meant that if you needed anything, guaranteed it's in the box at the very bottom. This way, they're stacked, but only by twos. So at least to some degree, I have Adam Savage's first order of retrievability rule in place. So yeah, that's really nice. I've done the same over here, of course. I've got all my shelves, and to maximize the space up high, I doubled up on the shelves, as you see. And I've got everything in boxes. All the boxes are labeled with a Post-it note, but you know, one thing at a time, right? Now, granted, I'm not done. For instance, I still have to deal with all the wood over here. This is where I'm going to keep my wood, but I need to set up an organization system here so that I can have everything in its place and easily accessible. But you know what? I don't need to do everything right now. In fact, it's kind of important that I stop at a certain point. And remember, all of this is for the MG Midget, not for the garage. Lest we forget, this baby is the reason that I've done all the work that I have. So yeah, I love the garage. I really do. And I'm super pleased with it. Is it perfect? Hell no. But it will do the job. So this is what I need to start working on now. The other things, they can wait. Yeah. Time to swallow that fear and start working on the MG. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. No,